All right, Agent, pleasure having you here, brother. If you can start out introducing yourself and give us a bit of insight on your background and experience, please.
Okay, thank you. I'm sure you can hear me very clear. So, my name is Agent R, and I will be representing HorseaFI. So, when it comes to my background, in relation to the project, I'm a part of the marketing team and managing the community as well. So, my history in crypto, I've been in crypto for about 3 years, about, and I think I'll be the youngest when it comes to longevity in crypto because most of the other team members have been here for like 5 years and the likes. So yeah, it's actually been a very beautiful run. There's been the good, the bad, the ugly, but generally, I'd say the crypto space has been kind of nice, and it's going to get better, obviously, because we've been in the bear market, and if you can survive decent in the bear market, when the bull comes, you definitely be swimming in cash. So yeah, that's a bit about my background. Yeah, that's a bit about me. So if you don't mind me moving into the project.
Yeah, awesome, Agent. Thanks for the introduction there. If you can give us an overview for those that may have not had a chance to read up on the project or the white paper, if you can just give us an overview of the project, what's about, and how did the concept come about?
Okay, thank you. So yeah, when it comes to projects these days, I know most of them will have their own narrative, their own ideas, and all that. So we actually wanted to build an ecosystem where holders can have fun trading as well as engaging with all the utilities we have to offer. So we want to give you a product that actually works and one whereby the holders can get rewards from this, like they can get rewards in form of stables, BUSD and USDT while engaging with the utilities. So it's meant to be a token whereby you have it and you're holding it and you're comfortable that you holding it brings multiple returns, not just you having to hold waiting for the chart to go green. So where does the name HorseaFI comes from? So it's actually a deflationary token designed to become more scarce over time. And the more you use our utility, say play to earn or the Multi-sig, you get rewards, because then for you to use all this, you need to be holding the token to start with. So the idea actually came from the sea, because the sea, I'd say, is a very vast, unexplored part of the earth. And like you see some papers online saying there are so many creatures underneath the sea and so many life forms there that's yet to be explored. So if you translate that to what we have going on, it's more like we trying to explore that part of crypto that is not really looked into that much. So when it comes to like one of our utilities, which is our headline, I'd say, the Multi-sig wallet, when we actually were about to go live, we were actually the first project on Ping Sale to have a Multi-sig wallet that's fully tested and all that. So it's actually that'll give you an insight to the whole exploring idea behind the whole Horsea. So the name actually came from that idea to want to explore the space and give people what they've not seen that actually works. Because it's one thing to have something you want to give. It's another thing to have something that actually works, not just hearsay. So yeah, that's what the idea of the whole project came in. And given that the team is filled with like very, very decent professionals that have been in space for quite some time, although it took them a little bit of time to get everything up and running, but it was done, and we were able to move into pre-sale, had a nice pre-sale, and then we had almost 300 BNB. Then we launched afterwards, and the chart has been decent. Although we know the space and how it's been going, sometimes you see tokens that are like memes, but they get to do well. Then you see some other tokens that are very, very decent and they don't get to do well. But I'd say we've been doing quite well, and when it comes to our tax, it's 5% buy and sell, and we're going to implement a system whereby the tax is going to reduce with time. So this is to try and bring in more people into the system and make sure they enjoy the utilities, as that's going to be one of our major focus. As most of our products that actually we're going to be talking about today are ones that actually work and you can actually interact with, say, in a day or two. Then I'm going to talk a bit about the ones where they're not ready, but we have them upcoming. So those are our upcoming products. If you go to our white paper, you're going to see a section devoted to upcoming projects. Then the ones we have, there's a section for products. So that's the one I'm going to hammer on more today. So when it comes to the tokenomics, we have about 10, I think 0, 15 zeros. I don't know how you pronounce that. So that's the amount of the supply. Then 35% went to pre-sale, 17% went to liquidity, 10% bond, 10% play to earn, 6% to CX, 5% team reserve, 5% development, and likes. So if you actually head on to our white paper, which you can access from the website, you get a detail on all the breakdown of the token metrics. Then you can have a look for yourself. So and also if you check the white paper, you're going to section that is devoted to tax protocol. That is the one I was talking about, whereby the tax gets to be reduced over time for a period of like 5 days and all that. But then, although it's not been implemented yet, it's going to be implemented. So the tax is going to reduce from 5% every day, dropping by 1% down to 1 for buy. It's not going to be affected on the sell part, just the buy part. So moving on, I'm going to talk a bit about the multi-sig. So the multi-sig is actually designed to be like a utility or products that is meant to be safe and provide security to companies or whoever feels they need that kind of security, because it's going to be like a typical wallet, but there's a niche to it, which means you can actually use it as a normal wallet, but then they're going to have multiple signatories based on how you want to set yours up. Because on the we're going to have 3 packages. There's a silver package, there's a gold, and the platinum. So the silver package actually has 3 owners and 5 tokens. Then the gold package, 5 owners, 10 tokens. Then the platinum has 10 owners and 15 tokens. So you have to pay a certain price to access any of these platforms, any of these packages rather. Then when you access the package, you get to make full use of the utility. And most of the stuff we have, I'm going to explain now. We're going to be live on the main net, say in a day or two. As we have a test net, you can actually go to the website and check it out. You can use your TBNB. And also, if you for instance don't really know how to use a test net, a test net software or something like that, you can definitely head on to our white paper as a section where we explain a bit about using that, whereby you get your BSC testnet and you explore it. And some might ask, how do you get that? You have to be connected to, you need to go and get your TBNB, which you can convert to HorseaFI. Then you interact with the system. And when you feel comfortable enough to use the system, then you can switch to the mainnet. Because one of the reasons we have a testnet. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So one of the reasons why we had a testnet up there is that sometimes if you go for instance, you come into the project and you see all we have to offer, you might not really want to interact with your money, because you might want to, okay, I know it works. You guys say it works, but I've not really tested it and I don't feel like testing it because I don't want to probably mess with my money and all that. So the testnet comes in very handy because it gives you that insight to you can definitely use products without actually having to use your money. So it's more like interacting with the system, seeing how it works, using the TBNB to check it out. You can get it from the main faucet online. Then you see how it works. When you interact with it, you feel comfortable. Then you can switch to the main net and you get to use it. So the multi-sig is going to have, like I said, 3 packages for your silver, gold, or platinum. When you sign in and you choose the one and you choose the one you want to use, let's just say you pick the silver package, or we have 3 owners. So you get to set the amount of people or the amount of executions required for the token to be sent out and all that. So when you set this, you're the one that created the wallet. You're going to be the admin. Then the other 2 people, or however you set it, they're going to be owners. So every single time you want to send or withdraw a particular amount of money, the amount of people you set to be signatories would have to confirm this before the money gets sent. It's as simple as that. It's meant to be very secure because we work with different projects in the crypto space, some of which we don't really know who you're working with, some of which you really just meet someone online and you guys keep it going and you want to actually work on something together. Although there'll be trust, but you really can be safe sometimes. It's not a bad idea when you want to be safe. So this is like a system that gives you that edge towards being very safe and secure about funds. Maybe not your funds, but probably funds of the project you're working with. So when you have a multi-sig wallet, let's say your marketing funds can be set into a multi-sig wallet, whereby the dev, probably the marketing manager, and maybe the advisor or something like that, or the CEO, chief financial officer, get to be amongst the owners to verify the funds that goes out. So whenever you want to make a purchase or you want to pay for certain stuff, you want to pay for certain marketing, you can definitely reach out to everyone and say, okay, I'm going to pay this and that. So you all have to sign in and confirm before the money goes out. It makes more sense that way. So that's a bit about the multi-sig. And also when it comes to adding tokens, because aside you being able to send and receive probably Binance, by Smart Chain, BNB or BUSD, you can also interact with every single token on the Binance Smart Chain. And strictly for the Binance Smart Chain as of now, probably in the future, we'd look into expanding the horizon. But as of now, we're sticking to Binance Smart Chain. So when it comes to adding tokens of like external sources, still on the Binance Smart Chain, but let's say a token that was launched today or whatever, the only person that can add a contract would be the admin, which is who is the creator of the wallet. So when he adds a contract to the wallet, then every single one can send a particular amount of that particular token to the multi-sig wallet address. So you can just share the address across, and anyone can send any tokens they want. But for you to be able to see the token, just like a MetaMask or Trust Wallet, you need to add the contract, and that is going to be done only by the admin, not any of the owners. So the admin needs to add the contract before it will be shown on the dashboard of every single person. So, and also the admin can also take down any of the owners or the other signatories like so. So it makes more sense, and it gives a sense of hierarchy to how things are going to be done. So aside that, any single one can send money to the wallets, no questions asked. There's not really any protocol for sending money. The major focus will be trying to get money out as to getting money in. So that's how it's going to work. So that's basically about yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I just have some follow-up questions before we go into the next one. So
Sure.
for those who just came in, the project is designed. Actually, the ecosystem is pretty big, and HorseaFI want to give you guys passive income, right? Residual income by being part of the ecosystem. So they do have a big ecosystem, and we will break down to each utility here. But it looks like we just talked about the Multi-sig wallet, which is one of the primary utility, as Adrian just spoke on there. So now, Adrian, we all heard about the Multi-sig wallet. Why would a person need Multi-sig wallet? Can you speak on the safety or why is it necessary?
Okay, thank you. So first of all, for you to create something like this, someone might ask, why wouldn't I use a Trust Wallet or MetaMask? So we made sure we did our audits on Certik. As you can see, if you go to the website, we tried to make sure our contract was safe enough to get like a 81% score, so it will be valid and people can see that yes, it's safe before they actually work with us. And also we made sure to get it seen by the team from Pink Sale as well, because we tried to make it as safe as possible. So now down the question, why should someone use it, or is it safe? Well, it's all to you. It's not something that is going to be forced on you. We're not going to say, okay, you need to use a multi-wallet to make it easier and better. No, I'm just going to push a narrative to you as to how it works and why you should use it. And the main reason why I would say you should use it, if you want to be safe and secure, and you want the fund access to be restricted or to be actually signed by multiple personnel before it's removed. Similar like a bank account whereby
Yeah, now, Asian, I think it's pretty clear that that what you just said there, right? And thanks for that clarification, explanation on that. Now, my question, and maybe for those that are listening, to say, okay, you know what? The multi-sig wallet right now, I mean, it requires more than one person or one entity in order to transact, right? You know, to just more than one entity, you know, to operate the wallet. Now, let's say if I have 5 people involved in it, right? And what if one person got into a freak accident? Now, how Now, with that situation, because you know what's going to happen, right? How would that look like? So I think like there's a pros and
Okay.
a cons with the multi-sig, right? Or is there a way for you guys, for people to go bypass that if something happens?
Well, the only time I'd say there'll be a problem would be when the admin, the lead, gets stuck into some kind of shit. You understand? If it's one of the owners, then he has access to probably override one particular owner, so the transaction can go through. If majority can signify as confirmed, you understand? Because like I said, he gets to add the owners, and also he can take off the owners. That's the creator of the wallet. You understand? So he's like the primary source of all the protocols, and he can do and undo. And obviously, in a case whereby you are the lead dev of a project and you have access to all the funds, same thing can happen. What if the lead dev of a project dies or gets into an accident? Who can access the wallet? Really, no one. So it's something that really applies to not just this case but any other case. So in this our particular case, let's say something happens to the lead dev. For instance, if he's trying to back up shit, he can tell the CFO or the COO, okay, this is the actual access to the admin account. Do you understand? So if he gives access to the admin account to, let's say, the CFO or the COO, and something probably happens to him, then that particular individual can log in and initiate any transaction. But then it has to be confirmed by others. That's in the case of the accident happening to the core person. But
Okay.
if it's just to a particular member, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So what you're so what you're saying is that there can be, let's say, 5 people or 10 people involved into the multi-sig, but you can set it in a way where it only requires 3 signature out of 5, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Two, even
perfect,
two, even two.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's up to the owner to set that. How many signatures require uh,
Yes.
within the total of the people involved? Okay, so that's perfect
Yes.
because I think that's necessary. Awesome. Yeah, thanks for that clarification there. Very important.
And when you set a particular number, it's not restricted to anybody in particular. If you can just get that amount from everybody, it's good.
Perfect. Yeah. So as long as there's an option, let's say if 10 people are involved, but if you can set it up to, like, let's say it only takes 4 signature out of 10, then I think it's necessary because if you have a multi-sig where all parties have to be involved in order to transact, then I think that's an issue. That's a big issue because I think it's actually bringing more
Yeah,
risk
it's going to be an
to
issue. It's going to be an
the
issue.
table. So awesome that you have the options, man. So awesome. So when is this mainnet supposed to be done?
In 2 days, in about 2 to 3 days, it should be done.
3 days. All right, man. I look forward to checking it out.
Yeah,
Maybe we
sure.
can utilize your multi-sig wallet for our our USA.
Yeah, it's
That'd be
you're all are highly welcome. And you can take a look at our contracts and also our Certik validation to see for yourself and check if it's very comfortable to you.
and I just want, and we will touch, we just jump straight into the utility, but yeah, the project is live, guys. So currently right now the project is live, and they did have a Certik audit on the contract. So that's actually really, really awesome that the Certik is already done. So the multi-sig could be done here in a couple of days here. All right, Agent. So what is the next utility? Because I know you have, a bunch of other ones as well, like the NFT, the Earn5, and other ones. What do you want to speak on next?
Okay, let me go to the play to earn as it's the next in line, as it's going to be on the main net in also a couple of days, same as the multi-sig wallet. So the play to earn is pretty simple. You have about $100 worth of HorseaFI. You can actually access the play to earn game and play for free if you have about $100 worth of HorseaFI tokens. Then when it comes to playing to earn, the particular stage you're going to play on, there'll be like a certain amount of money you can select from and use that to play. Then when you play stage, you get rewards for winning. And if you lose the stage while sticking a certain amount, you get to lose that amount. It's that simple. And it's going to be a kind of a game whereby it's very easy to understand and it's playable by every single one. So that will be a bit about the play to earn. So moving to the NFT, I'm sure if you go through the website, you'd see that we have like I would say a preview of how the NFTs would look like. And to be honest, they're actually quite amazing. If anyone can just pop up their screen and see, as it's meant to depict like the sea and the whole idea of multiple creatures. And it's not just about that. I think we're going to have um think one 10,000 unique NFTs, then 15 unique animals, 19 sea creatures, and 12 islands. So it's going to be a very, very beautiful collection. As if you can, like I said, go through the website, you'd see a preview of 4 NFTs we have. About there's a seahorse, there's an octopus, there's a whale, and there's a jellyfish. So it's a very beautiful NFT, as you can see. So that's a bit about that. And you can also use the NFT to interact with the ecosystem. It's not going to be just an NFT where you just hold it and wait for whatever to happen. You can definitely use it to interact with the ecosystem. So more details about every single utility I'm going to talk about next would be coming up later, because all these are upcoming products. They're not really live yet. That's the NFT, the staking dApp, lending, and the launchpad. So it's meant to be an insight to what we have to offer. And when we get to push this stuff out there, you're going to see much more details as to how they interact with the system. Because it's not be really nice for me to give a very solid statement and we get to backtrack into something different when it goes live. So I'm going to say a bit of bit of stuff about the NFT. Like I said, it's going to be about 10,000, and there you can see a preview of what they look like. And it's going to definitely interact with the system. So when it comes to the staking dApp, it's going to be like a typical staking, but the APY you're going to get it's not really fixed yet. So even if you go through the white paper and you see a certain percentage of the APY, it's not solid. It's going to be updated, as like I said, it's still on like an upcoming product. So nothing there is actually solidified. So it's just an insight. So it's going to be like a simple staking dApp where you can, it's going to be very eco-friendly, working on proof of stake and all the likes. And it's going to be very, very safe. It's very safe to our investors. And it's seemingly like the NFT still upcoming. So when it comes to, let's go to the next part, which is the lending.
So
the lending,
Agent, before we go on, I just want to expand on the topics that you speak about a bit, so that way our community can have a better understanding of it before we move on to the next one, okay? So we spoke on the play to earn, okay? I mean, we all know what play to earn is. Walk me through the process. When is that going to be done? And walk me through the process of how and the rewards of players can earn money. Let's go back to the play to earn really quick.
Okay. So I said in the same time frame I gave for the multi-sig, 2 to 3 days, it should be up by then, the mainnet for the play to earn. Now, for you to access the game to play for free, you need to have about $100 worth of HorseaFI tokens. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Sorry about that. I muted Kurt already. Okay, so for you to get that, how do players earn, and how much? Give us some
when you want to earn, you definitely need to stake a certain amount to access a stage. And when you win the particular stage, you get to earn a certain amount in return. Although when you're asking for a definite number, I can't give you a definite number for each stage. But it's meant to be a system whereby you stake a certain amount, and when you pass the level, you get a reward for that, which is going to be fixed once it goes live. Do you understand? So it's meant to be live, but like I said, in 2 days. The mainnet is going to be live in 2 days, and you can decide to play for free or you play to earn. But notwithstanding, when it comes to playing to earn, you can also play and lose what you staked. So it's like I'm not going to talk about one part and leave the other out. And so it's meant to be.
Where is the rewards coming from, Agent? Where are you getting the rewards to? Is it through the taxes, or where's the rewards coming from?
Yeah, the rewards are going to come. Okay, for instance, when I talk to you about the multi-sig, the multi-sig. I said there are going to be multiple packages. There's a silver package, there's a gold, and there's the platinum. So that's going to be one source of funding. And also, when I talk about the tax, there's going to be 5% tax. So 2% actually will go into rewards, 1% going to burn, 1 to buyback, and 1 to liquidity. So most of these are meant to be going back into the ecosystem to sustain it. And when it comes to our NFTs and the others, we get funding from all the utilities we put out there. And from what I've said earlier, we actually did Certik before the pre-sale, and we also made sure the testnet for the multi-sig and the play to earn was live before then, which means I don't say money is not really a problem for the team, but it means they're able to accomplish tasks without actually needing to say raise certain amounts, if that makes sense. So which means you getting certain rewards from the ecosystem will actually be pushed back into the system, because it's not like it's a money hungry team who are trying to extract money from all what we've had, all what we have going on or we're planning on working with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so to recap, the game will be live in a couple of days here. So the reward is going to be coming from the 2% from the taxes, and also
No, not entirely. It's going to be coming from every single, I'd say every single revenue stream we can get.
Okay, so the
Not
kickback as a reward.
And also,
okay.
if you look at it, yeah, if you look at it in a different context, when you play to earn, you can actually lose while playing. Understand? So it's a two-stage stuff. So if you lose to earn, you're giving back to the ecosystem. If you understand what I mean.
Perfect. All right. Awesome. I think we have a better understanding of your play to earn now. All right, let's move to the NFT now that you spoke on. Looks like you said you have 10,000 NFT. And currently right now, you do not have a clear directions on those utility yet, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that would be updated very soon, right?
Yeah, but I can definitely give one insight to the NFT, which is when it comes to the game, the play to earn, I think you can use the NFT as a character for your game. Like when you're gaming, you can decide to use one of your NFTs as a character for your game. That's one of which I know. But like I said, I can't make any solid statement as to that regards, as it's not been finalized yet. So yeah.
Right, because you have like the launch pad and the lending platform, which we will get into that. So you guys are still working on the actual use cases for the NFT, which is understandable. Now, all the NFTs currently live right now.
No, they are not.
When is it coming out?
That I can't really give a solid date, but if I confirm with the team, I can revert back to you on that.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we touch on the multi-sig, the play to earn the NFT. Let's go to the staking dApp right now. The staking dApp, you spoke on it a bit. Is it currently live right now?
The NFT, the products that are currently live would be the multi-sig and the play to earn. The others I'm going to mention or I've mentioned are upcoming. So we intend on focusing on what we have and making sure it works before moving to a new one, because we don't want to make the whole stuff very bombarded and then we have loopholes and security breaches and not enough focus on actual individual utilities. So rather, we'd rather go with working with what you have, making sure it works, and making sure it's being used properly and there's no bugs, no ever, before moving to the next in line.
That makes sense, and I can respect that. Got to make sure that everything, that each step is solid, right, before you move into the next one. So that makes sense. And I'm looking at your white paper right now, and your staking. It looks like the APY for that is going to be around 100% on your APY. But you have no like tentative date as far as when this will be live, agent. Like no
the staking dApp.
Yeah, for the staking dApp.
No, the staking dApp, the lending and the launchpad, as well as the NFT. Get it for me. There's no particular date as of now, which they would go live.
Perfect.
But the staking will definitely be coming soon. That I can assure you, it's going to be coming soon, but no dates as of now.
Perfect. I can respect
because
that
it
honest
makes
answer.
it makes sense to be very transparent, because you don't want to give a particular date and end up going back on your word, and everyone is always expecting. You said, okay, we're going to be live on the 10th, the 14th or the 13th of a particular month, and everyone is waiting for you to get live. And when the time comes, you're like, okay, we need to push back this and that. It begins to give investors a sense of withdrawal, and they're like, okay, the team is not really serious. So rather, we would rather give you a certain insight to what we have and tell you, okay, it's being worked on as we speak and will be live soon, but we can't really give you a particular date because we're not sure ourselves yet. But the only thing we're sure of is we're going to get it soon, as we've made sure to work on our multi-sig and play to earn prior to our pre-sale, which gives us enough time to work on the upcoming utilities and probably fine-tune the one we have already.
I mean, you just said that you guys are trying to get this done prior to the pre-sale. You mean that you guys been working on that before the pre-sale, right? Because your project is currently live,
That's
right?
the multi-sig and the play to earn. I'm talking about the multi-sig and play to earn.
Okay. All right, sounds great. Awesome. I look forward to testing out your multi-sig there. I've used it one time.
Yeah,
I forgot
sure.
which
We
one was
definitely
it.
want
Which
to
one?
see you.
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely want to see you using that, and you can actually take a test run with our testnet and tell us what you think, and we're always open to constructive comments and feedback. So it's actually really encouraged for you to go out there. Every single one, in fact, you can go out there and interact with our testnet and probably tell us your insights as to how it looks, feels, and functions.
Definitely, we will. Okay, so just to recap, you guys are your two focus right now, the multi-sig and the play to earn. So those should be coming out very soon. They do have a bunch of upcoming products that they're working on, which is the NFT, the staking dApp, the lending, and the launch pad. Now, Asian, those upcoming products, it seems like you don't have a really clear directions on that yet, but do you want to speak on those a bit or no?
In regard to staking dApp or lending, okay, let me say a bit about lending and everything. I think I've said a bit about NFT. I said a bit about the staking dApp. Now I'm going to say a bit about lending. So when it comes to lending, just like when it comes to lending in the whole space of crypto, you need to make sure to go through certain protocols before you can give out money to anyone. You might have want to do the KYC and all that, but in our case, we're going to add something else to our protocol before you get to access lending pool. So one of which would be you need to have a very good project score, because for instance, in countries whereby you want to borrow a certain amount of money, or places, I don't really know how it works everywhere, but you need to have a credit score, I think in the US, to be able to access certain stuff. So when you have a good project score, it increases your chances of being able to lend even any amount or more amount compared to others. So some might ask, what does the project score mean? It's like a whole mechanism on its own, which definitely incorporates you holding a certain amount, you interacting with the ecosystem in multiple ways. It doesn't have to be you playing the game every single time. You interacting generally would definitely up your project score, which would in turn make it put you up or bump you up on the scale of be like eligible lenders or eligible people for borrowing, if that makes sense. So that's going to be some of our concepts behind the whole lending, but it's currently not live as well. So it's going to be like me giving you an insight to what it's going to be like, but it's not live. Same as the staking dApp and the NFT. And just to add, the launchpad too, same goes for the launchpad. Not really any solid statement as to that. You can definitely take a look at our white paper to see a bit of information as to the staking, as to the launchpad, because it's meant to be, our focus will be on security. That's why we actually went hard on with regard to Certik and also to Pink Sale. So even if it's the launchpad or the lending or the staking or the NFT, it's meant to be a very safe, very easy to use, very productive utility that actually makes everyone smile at the end of the day.
Awesome. Now, you had mentioned that you don't really have a concrete day, but like, could you give us like a rough time frame, maybe quarter end of this year, maybe next year on those? Like just like a rough time frame?
I think I'd have to revert back to the team, court, and get back to you. That makes sense because I'm trying to be as transparent as I can, and I don't want to sell you short on certain words. But as of now, I think I'll just send a DM to the team and get a response. So I just got a message from the team. It's going to be this year, but really no particular time had been stated, as it's going to be done in a very, very sequential and well-detailed manner because we want to make sure it actually works because it's not something you just do 1 minute and you put out there. But believe you me, we're currently working on it as we speak. But when it's going to go live, I cannot give you a date as of now, but it's being worked on, that's for sure. And it's going to be this year for sure.
And I can being transparent and giving us an honest answer. That's very important on in any project. So I appreciate that honesty. Perfect. I think we have touched on all the utilities already. Now, I want to go backward and speak on some of the basic things because the project is live. So right now, the project is currently live right now, guys, and it's on BSC. How long ago did you guys launch the project?
I think it's been, this is the currently 11th, less than a week. I think around 6th of the month.
Okay, less than a week. What was the initial market cap?
7th, actually wasn't 7th.
Okay, what was the initial market cap?
120K.
120,000 initial market cap. And currently, where is it at right now?
Currently, let me quickly bring that up. 140K. 140K.
Okay. So you're right above the launch, the pre-sale. So which is good, right? You're right above the pre-sale. And it looks like it's been consolidating.
Yeah.
Okay. So the pre-sales are not losing anything. Is there any vesting still left? If you guys had any kind of private rounds before, is there any kind of vesting or the tokens?
There was no vesting prior to. That's what I was saying. It's actually done based on the team's willingness to give you a product that works. That's why we're actually surprised as we're expecting more, and we're obviously going to see more because we're pushing a narrative that actually works. So there was no vesting prior to the pre-sale. There was no private sale or any stealth launch or stuff like that. We just made sure we've been working on this stuff, make sure it works, testing it out, bringing out test net, working on the main nets as well, working on all the utilities that are upcoming before pushing it out. So there was no vesting or private sale.
Yeah, perfect. And that's important, especially live project, that all the tokens are distributed already if there's any vesting left. But in this case, there's no vesting at all. So everything has been distributed already. All right. So to recap what you guys accomplished so far, you have Certik Audit. You guys are on CMC already. You have it on CG. And your multi-signature is coming out here in a couple of days, as well as your play to earn a game also in a couple of days, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Perfect. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Now I do have a question for you. As I'm reading through your white paper, on the introduction, and it says that HorseaFI primary utility is to spread awareness to oceans and animals. But then as I keep on reading the white paper, there's no relationship to that. What is that about?
I think the answer to that question will come majorly when we push out the NFT. Because if you look at the NFT, they're majorly designed around sea animals. You see, there's a seahorse there, there's an octopus there, there's a whale, and also there's a jellyfish. So all the NFTs will be centered, not all I'd say, but majority of NFTs will be centered around animals. So when you see all these animals, you'll be forced to want to ask, what kind of animal is this, or what is this? So it's definitely bring a certain awareness to oceans and the animals as well, if you understand what I mean.
Okay, so the NFTs and it's going to be based off the oceans and animals, right?
Yeah, because like I said, it's meant to be like an explore. The name HorseaFI came from the need to want to explore. Like I said, the ocean is like actually unexplored, and there's so many stuff there that you don't know. You and I don't know, but people are exploring it every single day. So the same way we're going to be exploring the space, just like our Multi-sig and play to earn. So our NFT is going to be a vast base of beautiful, beautiful sea animals and the likes. And it's going to definitely give awareness because, like I said, you see a very beautiful NFT art and it's like an animal. You ask, "Oh, I've not really seen this before," and you get to find out it's like a sea urchin or like a, I don't know, something on the sea that is not really known and that kind of stuff. And it looks beautiful on an NFT. It creates awareness and it gives a sense of belonging or I think a sense of meaning to these animals.
Awesome. Yeah, no, the NFTs. What do you guys have on the white paper there? In the white paper, it looks really nice. But you guys will
Yeah.
update the community as far as the use cases on those and how you can use the NFT
Exactly.
to benefit your investment, but also how to interact with the whole ecosystem. And you guys will update the community on that
Exactly.
through here.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
All right, Adrian. Well, I think we had covered everything that needs to be covered there. I think, and I appreciate your honesty as far as the roadmap goes and where you guys are at. It's very clear. All right. So with that said, Adrian, is there anything else that you want to speak on before we take some questions from the community?
I think I would just go ahead with that before the time runs out. Then maybe before we end the call, I just say 10 or 2 about any stuff.
Okay, yeah, awesome. Mike, you there, brother?
Right here, brother.
All right. So Mike is going to ask some questions away here from the community. And I during the AMA, I muted a couple people with, I'm not sure they want to speak on it, but I'll go ahead and mute you right now if you want to ask some questions.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, Agent. Appreciate that amazing breakdown for the project there, HorseaFI. And if there's anybody on the voice that likes to ask a question, please feel free to unmute yourself at any point to do so. I'm going to ask a couple of the text questions here. First one's coming in from Michael Bonds. Says, I didn't see any partnerships in your white paper. Will the team consider having partnerships with the project in the future? If yes, what are the utilities and features you would consider the project having before accepting them as a partner?
Well, thank you for that question. Yes, for you to actually grow in the space, you need to be open to partnerships because that's how you extend your reach and that's how you extend your narrative. You need to be open to partnership and not just any partnerships. Partnerships are in line with what you are trying to achieve. Because, for instance, if you decide to partner with a particular token that works something that relates into the sea, makes total sense. You understand? You don't want to partner with something that, let me say, you don't want to partner with a meme token that's focused on a particular dog or something like that. So the idea is to work with partners that are actually relevant to your cause, not just any single one that you just want to reach out to and make a partner. So yes, we're going to have partnership with people, although you can't see anyone now, but it's also in talks and being worked on as we speak because it's like a it's like a diverse ecosystem, and you need to actually look into each stuff one at a time. You don't want to bombard yourself with so much information, so much talks, and end up not achieving nothing. So the focus would be on each stuff as it goes. So right now it's be majorly on the utilities, working on them, making sure everything is live, making sure everything is working perfectly well. So everyone that interacts with the system gets to have a positive feedback to themselves, to their friends, and also to the team. Then also looking into marketing because we don't want to stop marketing because we're currently live. We're going to keep pushing marketing because we're not really done. We're nowhere near done. Our NFTs are as beautiful as you can imagine, and we're going to push them out in a very, 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 very excellent way. So this requires you to keep pushing, keep making yourself seen, keep making partnerships and all that. So as we move on to each utility, if we decide to see someone that has a relevance to what we have to offer, probably like I don't want to mention any names, but definitely we're going to look into that and work with them as well.
Perfect. Appreciate that, Agent. His second question here is still about the same thing there a little bit. His is, what are the criteria or requirements a project must satisfy before being able to use your launch pad?
Well, given that, thank you for that question, man. Well, given that the Launchpad is not live, I would not want to say certain particular criteria as to you being able to use our Launchpad, but definitely for you to get access to stuff like this, and for our investors to be safe, we will definitely need to do a form of a KYC or form of a verification to make sure you are actually good to go. Probably check your contract and your team and all that. We would not want to give you any random project that will come on and have a rock pool going on. So there's going to be a vetting process, if I can use that word, for most of the people that are going to be coming on, or every single one to be exact, because you don't want to rush into accepting people, and there's so many loopholes, so many complaints. So that's I keep saying from the start, it's meant to be, let's work with what we have, make sure to do it very well before we move to the next. So it's the same principle going to apply to when working with say project wants to come on Launchpad. The first one comes in, you make sure you vet them properly and make sure they are good to go before you move to the next one. So we're not like driven by trying to make as much money as we can off people, off projects, off investors, off the system, off the narrative. It's majorly trying to push out something that actually works. Making sure we have people that are organic, that actually see what we are trying to achieve, trust the process, trust the team, see our narrative, able to share it with others by being loyal investors and actually liking what they are investing in, liking our NFT, liking what we have to offer, testing it out, encouraging people to join in. This is the general idea, rather than just trying to just hustle money out of people.
Perfect answer there. I just appreciate that. Next question is coming in from Egg Lethal. This is regarding the rewards in BUSD. Right now, he says, we're on the edge of the bear market, so he believes. So his question is, with the BUSD rewards, can the rewards be changed to a different asset, whether that's Ethereum, BNB, or anything else, so that way it could be beneficial in case the market conditions go upward in a positive direction?
Okay, thank you for that question. As of now, the rewards are in BUSD, but yes, there's a tendency for it to be changed. As from what he explained, it means he's actually a very good listener. But for you to change it, it has to be on the BEP20 tokens or the BSC chain. So not just any random. You can't just change the rewards to say Ethereum or Solana, stuff like that. So it has to be on the same chain, but you can definitely switch the rewards in due time.
Perfect. Next question is coming in from Bright Chris here, talking on the NFTs. Is the benefit holding a sea creature NFT the same as holding the islands? Is there a price difference in these? Is there a minting price difference in these NFTs?
Well, when it comes to NFT, you don't really expect every single one to have the same price, as some might be more unique compared to others. So I can't really say for sure, but I'm kind of certain some NFTs will have more rewards or more value compared to others. So be it the islands or the sea creatures haven't really been specified as of now as to which is going to be more rare. But I think the lesser the number makes it more rare. So from what you can see, there's 50 unique animals, 19 sea creatures, and 12 islands. So I believe the lesser the number in the particular category makes them more rare. So obviously gives them more value compared to others.
Perfect. Next question is coming in from Aventador. His question is on the contract. Does the team have any plans in the future to renounce the contract?
No, as of now, we don't. Straight answer.
Perfect. Okay, let me scroll down here, Agent. This one's coming in from Alex Costa. Says, I'm concerned about the DApp that you'll be integrating here. There's a lot of risks when it comes to integrating with DApps, such as wallet drainers, pushing websites, and a lot of other hacks that could potentially lead to total loss of funds. So what is the plan to make sure the investors of the platform users are safe from all these risks?
Well, just like our Certik Audit, it's meant to be a very safe feature, so you can see and get encouraged as to why we did it, to be safe and secure. We'll definitely push for another audit if it's required, to give you that insight that we're actually pushing a narrative that is actually meant to be safe and easy to access and very, very secure for our investors. So yeah, the security of your funds is definitely our number one priority, and we'll try and make it as safe as possible. We're working with the right and professionals in the space.
Perfect. Actually, speaking on that Certik audit there, I seen that there was 21 findings there. What was the major and the medium there? Was there anything to be concerned about on the Certik audit findings?
It's actually been worked on and it will be solved, but not really a cause for concern, in my opinion. But you can definitely decide to go into details if you want to, but not really a cause for concern and it will be worked on. As you can see, our percentage was like 81, which actually on the high side compared to most projects on Certik. You'd see like 79, 78 and the likes, but getting 81 is pretty decent. And from the crypto expo that was held in Dubai, we actually got in touch with Pinksail, and actually they were quite impressed with what we have going on. As Saul and some of the Pinksail team are actually serving as advisors to us. So yeah, it's nothing to worry about. It's been worked on and will be done soon.
Perfect. And you're right, 81% is actually a very good score on Certik, 100%. Let's see. Next one is coming in from Dreammarkable Prince. It's about the gaming. Do you have any plans to introduce a in-game chatting system where the gamers can interact with each other and make reviews also about the game?
That's actually a very nice one. And yeah, we'll definitely look into that. And it's actually nice. I like the question. Nice. Makes sense. Definitely look into
that. He has a second one here as well. Do you have any plans to have a betting system where maybe 2 players or more can bet and play?
Betting. In regards to betting, I don't think so for now. But probably if we see that there's a need for that or there's a push for that and we get the right amount of users that actually want to engage in that kind of stuff, we definitely can push that and make it work. But as of now, not really anything for sure.
Perfect. His last follow-up question here about the gaming here is, will there be any in-game events such as like a mystery box purchase to where a gamer could possibly get a rare or some other type of NFT that you could be used within the game?
Yes, there will be.
Perfect. All right, let me just take just a couple more here for you, brother. Let's see. This one's coming in from Jason about community growth. It's always important. His question is, how do you intend on inciting quality community growth to help aid adoption? As we all know, that's one of the biggest tasks there is mass adoption. So have you thought of any bug bounties, contests, or ambassador programs to promote health, competition, and growth in the community?
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely look into all this. And one key feature I feel you need to have in place to be able to make your community grow, aside having contests, to be being as transparent as you can with the utility as you develop. So, for instance, you come up with one utility, say it's going to be done in a couple of days. You need to be able to update the community as to the current status, the progress reports, and all that. You don't want to keep it in silence because sometimes you might not even necessarily have a contest or something huge going on, but the fact that the community knows the team is working and they're seeing the updates, they're seeing everything going on, it keeps them excited as to what's new, what's coming on. So yes, aside that, there's going to be all you mentioned as regards to the contest and the likes.
Awesome. Next one's coming in from Matthew here, talking about the staking pool. What happens if I withdraw the staking pool early? Is there a early penalty? And if there is, what type of penalty is this? And how long is a lockup period?
Every single protocol in regards to the staking will be announced, but as it's not live, so probably details to that regard to be shared across prior to when it's live.
Okay, perfect. Let me just try to grab one more here. Let me look over on Twitter. We do have quite a few questions there as well. Actually, a lot of these are already answered. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about it that hasn't been unanswered that I'm sifting through here. All right. Well, I appreciate you answering all those questions there, Agent. Is there anybody else that wants to hop on voice? And oh wait, right, Chris got me on one here.
Nobody.
There. Oh, okay. This one's coming in from Bright Chris as well. Sorry about that. Last one we'll take care. There is no allocated tokens for the lending in your tokenomics. So where will the lending fund be taken from? Is this from the team tokens?
The lending what?
I'll ask that again. There's no allocated token.
It will be okay. You mean the lending? It will be from the staking.
Say again, there, Agent.
From the staking. It's going to be from the staking.
Oh, from the staking. Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Well, if there's anybody else who wants to ask a question, it'll be the last chance to do so now on voice. Agent, I appreciate you answering all those questions there from the community. And if there's nothing else, I'm going to kick it back to Seattle. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, everyone, for the questions there. Agent, I appreciate you being here, brother. You did a great job breaking down as a marketer. You are a marketer for the project, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. And so in regards to that, what can we expect as far as marketing-wise in the future?
Well, I'd say since the incentive of the project, we've been pushing the narrative, trying to market on Twitter, working with the likes of DOXXED Crypto from Pinksail, seeking them as an advisor, working with multiple individuals that actually believe in what we have going on. And it's not going to stop there. We're going to have multiple contests. We're going to have Crypto Messiah coming in. We're going to have multiple people in the space that actually really understand what we have going on. Because if you don't really understand something, you can't really push it the best way possible. We need to work with people that have the same ideas or people that understand what we're going to have in the near future. As this is not just one particular utility. These are utilities that are cutting across all what we know in the space and even something new. And it's something that is going to be beautiful in the long run. And you just need to be able to see it. And I think Crypto Messiah already called us. I think I'm sure about that. You can definitely look that up. And you can definitely check our Telegram as to see updates as what we have going on and what we have planned. So there's going to be so many contests, so many incentive and all that for the community as well. So it's going to be a very beautiful run. What I'd say is make sure to do your research on the project. Make sure to ask all your questions and make sure they are answered. You can definitely head on to our Telegram group and ask your questions because we have admins there 24/7 looking to answer your questions. So yeah, head on there, ask away, ask about the contract, any single stuff. If it's too technical, I definitely refer back to the team or the person in charge of that particular section and give you a more detailed answer. But I will definitely answer to the best of my capabilities. So make sure to, if you're unable to ask a question on the voice or through the text or the Twitter here on USA Crypto Group, you can definitely head on to our group chat and ask away, as we're always open to new members, to new and exciting investors here from the USA Crypto Group or wherever, because we're trying to build an organic community whereby people really see what we have going on and they actually believe in it and they understand it and they can interact with the system, probably grow their own project score and eligible for all the services we get to offer. And the list keeps going on and on and on. So it's a very, very lovely project in my opinion, not because I'm from the team, because if you actually look into it deeply, you'd see that yes, there's a narrative here, there's an idea here, and there's a team that actually knows what they want to do and they're actually working towards that goal.
Very well said. I look forward to see the development of the ideas that we spoke on. To recap, they do have a lot of plans for the future with the lending, the launch pad, the NFT, etc. But currently, the two focuses the game and the multi-signature wallet, and that should be coming out very soon. So with that said, guys, again, this is not financial advice. Make sure you do further research and make that assessment and judgment and decisions on investing accordingly. To touch on the tokenomics again, 5% in, 5% out. 2% reflections. So what that means is that you hold a token, they will reward you with a native token in proportion to your holding. So that's what reflection is. So it's 2% that's dedicated to that, and 1% is dedicated to burn, and 1% buyback. What is buyback and what's burn? So are you not, so the buyback, just buyback and 1% burn, is that correct? So why didn't you guys just do 2% burn? Just out of curiosity.
Well, that detail was actually looked into by the team, and they felt that was the best decision to make, not really my call. So I believe it's the best interest of investors, not just the team, and it's still burn in the end. So yeah, I think that was actually decided on by the team because they've had the advice from the good guys, the professionals in the space. So every single detail was actually worked out the way it is, and it's meant to be like so in the best interest of the investors.
Okay, yeah. So even though it's buyback, but there is a 1% dedicated to the burn, and so what that means is that the token is deflationary, and they do not plan to mint any future tokens. So eventually,
Yes, exactly.
if the volume picks up, that what it means is that that will increase the burning rate, right? And it becomes
Yes.
deflationary. So that's important
Yep.
as well. Okay, Adrian, you did a great job breaking down the project and presenting the project, and I look forward to see all the developments on the project. We will pin the Telegram room, so make sure you guys go ahead and join the Telegram and be part of the community. To me, it's one of these projects where I think the guys are very transparent, very honest, right? It could be very slow, but like they say, get the wallet out there, make sure it's 100% good to go, make sure they really market that, make sure the use case on that or the usage on that is 100% perfect, the game as well. So to me, it's one of those projects where it can be slow, but I think for the long term, I think these guys are serious, and that's just my opinion on it through their honesty, what they said here on the AMA. I appreciate it again, Agent.
Thank you, Seattle. I really appreciate the words of affirmation. It's really nice. As we've been trying to push the narrative out to everyone, and we're actually working on this stuff to the best of our capabilities. The team is working around the clock to make sure things go as planned, and it's nice if we see the love from the community and the likes of you guys to actually understand what we're trying to put out and actually concur to what we're trying to do. So just a closing remark before I go. Like Seattle said, it's not really a financial advice. You can definitely invest if you want to, but I'd say for you to invest, make sure to do your research, ask questions, and if you look deeply or deep enough, you're going to see that what we have going on is actually legit, and it makes total sense. And not many projects are like so having a multi-sig and all that, or beautiful NFTs like we have. So it's something that you can definitely make on your own accord. Take a look at it, ask the questions, and invest with us. So we're definitely looking into making sure our utilities are live and functioning very, very well. So that will be my cue for the night. Thank you for having me. Thank you to the entire USA Crypto Group team. We'd definitely love to see some of your faces in our group chat and opinion on our token as well, and even interacting with our ecosystem and sharing your feedback to us as well. So yeah, that'll be all for me. Thank you.
Well said. And to incentivize and raise awareness to your Telegram, Johnny just pinned the Telegram there. And guys, if you guys join the room, drop a USA sticker, and Mike will go over there and pick one $10 winner over there. But not just to join and win the money, right? Make sure you guys, take part in it. I do look forward to see you guys building this whole ecosystem out. I know it's going to be long, but if you stick with that solid philosophy that you spoke on there, one thing at a time, one solid step at a time, I think over the long run, that's more important. So thanks again, Agent. All right. So with that said, Mike is going to come on and we're going to do some giveaway.
Yeah, would that be all for me?
Yes, absolutely, Agent. After this is all over, I'm going to have this uploaded to YouTube and get you guys a copy ASAP. But from here on, if you'd like to leave, that's totally up to you. If you'd like to stay and watch the wheel spin here, totally up to you, brother.
Okay, no problem. I'll just stick around for a minute or two before I head out. Thank you guys for having me.
Sure. 100%. Okay, guys. Well, we have $20 on the wheel today. Let's shuffle this up and spin the wheel. We're also going to follow up with a $20 best question. And we still have the Twitter going on for a chance to win $25 over there. Like, retweet, and comment. What is that? Mona Lisa, congratulations. Won yourself $20 there. And after this, we're also going to follow up at a $15 opportunity for YouTube. All you have to do is like, comment, and share that as well. With that being said, that is it for the giveaways today. Appreciate you all coming out. And Agent, like I said, I'll be getting this copy uploaded to YouTube and sent over to you as soon as possible. All right, guys. Well, I guess that wraps it up here. Seems like we got a couple of guys ready to say peace, I can see. About ready there, Seattle?
Let's do it.
All right, Chris, you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Let's get it. All right, well, this has been an amazing USA Crypto Group AMA as always. We'll see you on the next one. Peace!